Everybody please rise. It's now 11 o'clock on the 11th day at the 11th hour when the guns ceased to end World War I. At this time, I'm going to like to invite Nora Crumlish and a representative to do the opening prayer. Uncover.
To be healed. Lord, you know how deep a warrior's wounds go. You know the loss that many of our veterans in body and soul. You know the memories that haunt them and the scars that many of them continue to carry. Please bring healing to those veterans who still hurt. Please grant patience and wisdom to those around them who cannot understand but can sometimes help the healing process. Please apply both natural and supernatural medicine to their wounds.
Thank you. Gentlemen, be seated. Cover. Our normal 11/11 ceremony has been changed a little bit. We pulled it inside. Some people couldn't hear us because we were out there on the main road, and we were worried about weather, and because of COVID, we just figured we'd try to spread people out as much as we could. So at this time, we're gonna get through this together in a new way. I'd like to introduce First Vice, Ken Moses. Second Vice, Phil Bruckner. Third Vice, Kevin Crumlish. Adjutant, Tom Capitello. Treasurer, Jerry Moses. Historian, Vinnie Cassidy. Chaplain, Bart Ferruso. And Judge Advocate, who is excused, Ralph Schuster, who, like I said, is not with us. I would also, at this particular time, like to introduce the Auxiliary President, Nora Crumlish. And our Town of Islip Supervisor, Angie Carpenter. Remember how occasions like this started. On the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month, November 11, 1918, the guns stopped. It was a moment to be celebrated as the largest and deadliest war up until that time came to a merciful end. We still celebrate that moment, only today we call it Veterans Day. War is never to celebrate, but peace is. The peace in between those horrific wars is brought to you mainly by our veterans. The sacrifice brought forth during these wars also made mostly by our veterans. That does not mean others don't suffer. Civilians are often killed, and nobody understands the sacrifice more than our Gold Star mothers. We honor our fallen on Memorial Day, although the American Legion remembers them every day. Veteran Day, however, is for all who served. While many veterans are humble, there is no such thing as insignificant military service. It is why the American Legion only requires a single day of honorable military service to join our ranks. We understand that isn't just the sacrifice and service that are important, but the willingness to offer your life in defense of this nation that sets veterans apart. The American Legion is dedicated to remembering the legacy of all veterans because of what these men and women have done for us matters to America. It matters to the people overseas who were liberated from the tyranny due to the sacrifices of our military members. From defeating communism, fascism, and imperialism to liberating slaves, keeping the peace during the Cold War, and battling terrorism today. Veterans have accomplished remarkable things throughout our nation's history. When an American Legion Auxiliary member asks for a donation of a poppy, remember the World War II vet in a hospital bed. When a member of Congress complains about the cost of compensating Vietnam veterans for Agent Orange exposure, remind the lawmaker of the cost of being a veteran. In spite of the sacrifices that nearly all veterans have made and the honors that have some experienced, the overwhelming majority are proud to have served. 19th century British philosopher John Stuart Mill summed it up, the necessity of a special group of people, when he wrote, "War is an ugly thing, but none of the ugliest of things. The decayed state of morale and patriotic feeling which thinks that nothing is worth war is much worse. The person who has nothing for which he is willing to fight, nothing which is more important than his own personal safety, is a miserable creature and has no chance of being free unless made and kept so by the exertions of better men than himself." Mill had it right. Fortunately for all of us, America has been blessed throughout its history with many such men and women. Thank you for being here. God bless America, and God bless our veterans. Thank you, guys. Angie, please take the floor.
Thank you so much, Greg. That was really beautiful. I couldn't help thinking how many times so many of us celebrated Veterans Day at the Legion's Veterans Day Ball here. And at 11 o'clock at night, we paused, formed a circle, joined hands, and sang God Bless America together. And certainly our life has changed. It's a lot different today than it was then. But it is so heartwarming to see so many gather to pay tribute to our veterans on Veterans Day, as we're doing here this morning. So I thank the Post for all they do all the time to keep that sense of Americanism live in our communities, from the parade that they sponsor every year and the Festival of Lights and everything that's done in this community and across communities across our wonderful town. So keep doing what you're doing, and may God bless each and every one of you. Keep you safe and healthy, especially during these challenging times. Thank you so much.
Well, at this time, this is going to conclude our inside festivities. I'd like our Legionnaires, the Board of Officers, and everybody like to join us outside for the raising of our flag. Bugler.